Good afternoon and welcome back to Houston Real Estate Today. I'm your host, Steve Levine, publisher of Real Estate Executive Magazine, and we've been talking to Mary E. Parker with Century 21 Premier Gold Properties, a Dory Gordon company. We should work her name in there somewhere, Mary.
Thank you.
And if you have any questions for Mary, you can email us at info@houstonrealestatetoday.com or any one of our guests. If you missed that segment, too bad. No, it's not true. We'll be archived later on this week, thanks to Connie Parsons with Lasting Impressions, our videographer and photographer. And we're on to Matthew Morris. Matt Morris serves as president of Stewart Professional Solutions, SPS, the business group in Cisco, which is Stewart Information Services.
That's correct.
Right.
Correct.
That's for Ted Jones. That's his division. Aligned to provide best-in-class support services to Stewart Title Guarantee. Stewart Title Company and their subsidiaries, SPS, work to provide greater efficiencies, reduce costs, and provide support for all Stewart business unit strategies, and that supports the real estate community and the realtor and consumers. Need I say more? So Matt rejoined Stewart in May 2004, and he's kin to the founder. And we're so glad that he's with us today. And we're going to talk a little bit about the title business and Stewart. And you know, I have Stewart Title as a client of mine, have for many years with Real Estate Executive Magazine. I'm always amazed when I bring on a guest on the show or talk to representatives in Stewart, anyone of the representatives, just how much Stewart is involved with. And I'm so pleased to have a business relationship with you guys, and you're just like so knowledgeable and just the epitome of professionalism and experience, and I'm really glad we work together. So tell me more. You do a lot more than just title insurance. I know that. We've had Mitch Creekmore on the phone on the show. We've had Ted. Tell us more about what Stewart is involved with.
Well, sure. Well, first of all, thanks for having us on board. We're delighted with the relationship, and we're glad to be a part of the Houston market. This is our headquarters. We're established here, and this is our hometown. So we take pride in our involvement in this community in particular. But as you stated, and whether people know or not, Stewart is around the country, but also around the world. And we were established in 1893 in Galveston, and really have Houston as our hometown. But we have actually operations all across the U.S., and we can also issue title insurance in 60 different foreign countries. We have brick and mortar in about 16 countries. And in addition to title insurance, we also really work to enhance the real estate transaction process itself. That's kind of our core mission of what we're about. And so that does have tentacles into different portions of the real estate transaction. On HAR.com, the property profiles, the property information. We are a business that is kind of built around transaction management and data management, and have a unique seat at the table as the closing office and transaction manager into the world of the builder and the realtor and the lender and the attorneys and home builders.
It's really where it all comes together. I mean, between the realtor and the builder and the mortgage company, it all comes down to the closing table, does it not?
Right, and we have a unique view into that. So we do have ancillary services that feed into those businesses. So we offer home warranty and tax-deferred exchanges, relocation services, and the list goes on. But anything kind of surrounding the real estate transaction to support the real estate community and our realtors and builders and lenders is kind of where we've put our stake in the ground.
What year was Stewart Title founded?
It's founded in 1893.
Wow.
It's founded in 1893. So, and we're now the fourth largest title company actually in the world right now. As far as reserves, I'll kind of throw this tidbit in. We have been a steady growth player for a long time, and just this last year, our policy surplus, which is basically the money standing behind your policy, is $516 million, which was 33 years of growth, and led us to the largest underwriter with the largest surplus in the world right now. So we are the largest in terms of surplus behind our policies. That's why it behooves us to make sure that people ask about their title policy, and we're involved in the value of real estate and land, and we take our business very seriously.
Obviously. What's the value of the title insurance to our realtor and lender customers as well as home buyers and sellers?
Good question. I think for most of the buyers and sellers out there of real estate. Title insurance may be this nuisance product, or they're not sure why they go to a different place to close their transaction. But again, as I said earlier, it's a great question, and we love when people ask that question. Perhaps part of this goes back to the history dating to 1893, but we're proud of the value that we add, and we really view title insurance as kind of the crux of why real estate in the United States varies so differently from the rest of the world, and it really is the value of title insurance that comes to the transaction. Most people don't realize that 1/3 of transactions have some problem with the title, and so the majority of our work is actually in clearing the title and conducting the transaction, managing the transaction, and then assuring at the end of the day what we do. Ultimately, we don't like claims, and we don't have many claims, and that's because we've done our job correctly. And we kind of figured out a long time ago that people really wouldn't care if we paid them back if somebody made a move out of their home. So we do everything that we can to make sure that people have proper, secure ownership of their land.
And you're good at it. We see a growing awareness of green today, from recycling and hybrid cars to online banking, and just on the news today, HISDs going green with their lunch trays for kids that were biodegradable. So tell me how Stewart plans to go green.
Well, hopefully as a company that has morphed as we've had, we have to stay abreast of changes. And on the green front, we actually were positioned well before it kind of was in the front of the media about moving to a paperless transaction. We have been intent on bringing transparency to real estate transactions. And so what we have done is taken a kind of two-pronged effort on the transaction process itself. It's been estimated that there's approximately 1 ream of paper per real estate transaction. And so our initiative really is to automate and move that process online, and also to do green aspects of our office. So,
as an industry visionary, Matt, what do you see the major changes occurring in the real estate industry?
If I had to boil it down to one word, it would probably be transparency. We are seeing consumers with a wealth of knowledge, with the access to the internet, with the access to information, that really the real estate industry is morphing to more of a value-added service provider, not just a deliverer of information. And at Stewart, we're trying to continue to support that with products like SureClose and e-closing room and electronic signature and e-mortgage to really simplify the transaction process, make it more transparent, more visible, 24/7 access to information, and hopefully we're supporting the rest of the real estate community as we proceed in that.
Well, I applaud you for always staying on top of realtor demands as well as consumers. For those who want to find out more about Stewart Title, is there a website to go to or a number to call?
Stewart.com is the best website to have, and Betty may have the Houston telephone number top of mind more than I do.
They can get us at StewartHouston.com. We have 25 offices around town.
There you go. Great company. We so appreciate you being here, Matt, and being part of our show. Always a pleasure to have anybody from Stewart on the show with us, and we admire and respect what you guys do very much. I know from the realtor and the builder community how much we appreciate you. We've got more information coming up in just a few minutes with Rochelle Barrow and Betty Shute Warren. If you missed any part of that, you can go to HoustonRealEstateToday.com. Any questions for either of my guests, email us at info@HoustonRealEstateToday.com, and we'll get that question answered. We'll be right back with more great information on Houston Real Estate Today. So don't go away.